And I have to say, technically speaking, Conor is actually not that bad. Like for a fighter who's never had any professional boxing matches at all, he didn't really suck as bad as I thought he would. He actually does have a pretty good boxing foundation. And the thing that I liked most about his offense was that sneaky counter left hand that he threw. He was throwing the quick, snappy, sneaky left hand, a counter left hand on Chris Van Herden. And he was throwing it when they got on the inside. And he was throwing it like at a time where you didn't really think that type of straight shot was coming. So he's real sneaky with it. That was the thing that impressed me most about it was that timing on that straight left hand counter shot when he's on the inside. Now, as far as some of the other things that I noticed during the sparring, he didn't really seem like he had very much snap on any of his other punches. He didn't really seem like he was popping out his jab. He didn't really seem like he was popping out, the 1-2 and all that type of stuff. But I mean, it's just a little bit of sparring footage. But that's all we got to go on, so we got to kind of analyze this. Now, one thing that I did notice, McGregor tends to drop his hands a whole lot. He drops his hands. He stands in front of you and drops his hands. He switches stances like right in front of you. One thing that he did that he better not do against Floyd Mayweather is like switch stances when you're real close to him because you're not in any position to have any type of offense. So he's gonna probably get pop shotted if he does it against Floyd. And as far as him keeping his hands low all the time, I mean, it's several instances in that sparring match where he just kept his hands too low. And if you do that against Floyd Mayweather, then you're gonna get pop shotted. If you do that against Floyd Mayweather and you never had any versus fights, you really gonna get pop shotted. Now, a lot of people talk about Floyd Mayweather's defense. Talk about Floyd Mayweather's defensive skills and how he's one of the best defensive boxers of all time, and that's true. But the key to this fight, and nobody's ever talked about this, the real key to this fight and what's going to decide whether or not the fight will go 12 rounds is McGregor's defense. The key to this fight is McGregor's defense. Conor McGregor's defense. If Conor McGregor has the reflexes, if he has the defense to be able to get out of the way of Floyd Mayweather's straight right hand uh, and his left hook, if Conor McGregor can do that and he doesn't gas out, then he can go the last 12 rounds. But if he doesn't have any defense against that left hook, if he doesn't have any defense against that right hand, which is the right hand and the left hook is probably 80% of the punches that Floyd Mayweather throws. So if Conor McGregor has no defense against that, and Floyd can just hit him whenever he wants to, then Conor McGregor is going to get stopped. And you're going to see a TKO, a legitimate TKO, on Floyd's record for the first time in 10 years. And one thing a lot of people say, like, how can you say that Floyd's going to knock him out? How can you say that Floyd Mayweather is going to stop him when he hasn't stopped an opponent in 10 years? Yeah, it's true that he hasn't stopped anybody in 10 years, but at the same time, look who he's in the ring with. He's in the ring with Andre Berto. He's in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, Alvarez, Guerrero, Cotto, Marquez, Mosley. These are seasoned professional boxers who know how to handle themselves and know how to defend themselves in the ring. What in the world makes you think that Conor McGregor, a guy who's never fought in the amateurs at all, well, yes, he fought in the amateurs, but a guy who's never fought in professional ranks at all, can defend himself better than Manny Pacquiao, better than Alvarez, better than Mosley, better than Cotto. And Cotto got chopped up. That was one of Floyd Mayweather's more offensive fights as far as his recent fights in the past 10 years, the Cotto fight. Defensively, that's where you have to worry about Conor McGregor. defensively, how is he going to be able to deal with the speed that Mayweather throws his punches? Because that's not something that he's going to have to. He's never dealt with it before. He's never dealt with the quick, snappy pop shots that Floyd Mayweather throws. And it doesn't matter how hard or how soft or people think Mayweather can't hit. It doesn't matter how light of a puncher you are. If I can hit you at will, eventually you're gonna be stopped. Eventually you ain't gonna be able to take no more. You can hit a tree with a steak knife a whole bunch of times. It might take a million times to hit that tree, but eventually that tree's gonna come down. It might take a million years, but eventually that tree's gonna come down. And let me get into this whole bullshit about Floyd Mayweather doesn't hit that hard. Okay, who said that Floyd Mayweather doesn't hit that hard? None of the boxers who've been in the ring with Floyd Mayweather have said that he doesn't hit that hard. Every fighter who Floyd Mayweather gets in the ring with says that he hits harder than what you think he does. No, he's not a knockout puncher, but there's enough sting on his shots for him to make you feel them. And if he can hit you with 2 or 3 of them in a row, then you really gonna feel them. So that's kind of the key to this fight. Can Conor McGregor keep himself from getting hit? It's not so much Floyd's defense. We already know Floyd's defense. We already know that Floyd Mayweather has one of the best defenses in the whole history of boxing. It's extremely difficult to hit him. And Conor McGregor, being that he's seemingly a little more traditional when it comes to his boxing,